Hello, this is Michael with TinyFrog Technologies, and we're filming again from Native Foods, which is one of my favorite vegetarian restaurants in San Diego. And I want to talk a little bit about navigation and in relation to a website, and I want to correlate that to the menu at a particular restaurant. This particular restaurant has a very clean, easy to follow menu. It's just 2 pages. Even though they have quite a bit of things on their menu, it's very user friendly. So when you go to a website, you probably have had this experience when you go to the navigation bar, which is one of the very first places that people go to when they land on a website. You may notice that the navigation is overwhelming. And that's a big no-no in terms of creating an effective user experience on a website. Most websites, an effective website, if possible, has a very easy to follow, very intuitive, very clean navigation without a lot of drop downs, without a lot of what are called flyouts, which is almost like a drop down off a drop down. So that would be related to if you go to a restaurant and let's say they have a 15-page menu. I'm sure most of you have had this experience and just instantly feeling overwhelmed, like where do I start? What do I look for? If the things aren't categorized well, that can be a challenge as well. So very similar to a navigation experience on a website. If the navigation is very clean with very few drop downs and very few disorganizing factors, it can make the website experience much cleaner. And unlike when you go to a restaurant, you're there, you're going to use the menu, but if someone comes to your website, there's no guarantee they're going to stick around on your website. And if you ever look at your analytics and you notice you have people are leaving your website very quickly, one of the factors may be that your navigation is overwhelming. So it's probably in your best interest to look through your navigation to try to clean it up as much as possible. Oftentimes that will mean getting rid of a lot of unnecessary content, moving it over to a blog, amalgamating pages, and as a rule of thumb, you should have as few drop downs as possible, and then to have only a couple drop downs if possible on a website. Now, if you have a very big website that has tons of content, it may be more difficult. And there's other ways to make the website navigation more intuitive as well. So if you have any questions on how to create a good user experience through a navigation on a menu, or in general, how to make an effective website, definitely let us know.